And then we have Mars. Mars is known as the god of war. We all know that. Mars, we read our comics, our childhood books and so on. Mars is the god of war. And and Mars connects with war and anger and temper and fights and quarrels and so on. Mars is representation of number 6 also. Mars, the number 6 also ruled 9/11 when the World Trade Center fell down. So great is that, so powerful that number 6, which is Mars, which also represents Kali and so on in Hinduism. But Mars is what created the war. When Bush got elected 9 years ago, almost 10 years ago, right? 9 years ago, that's when the war started, and Mars came very close from 9/11. And so when Mars is affected, every 2,000 years, Mars comes very close to the Earth. So every 2,000 years, we have a war, a great war that takes place. So this great change now is around this time, which is 2012. Because after the Mars move out now, comes Jupiter. I'll tell you about Jupiter in a minute, which is great. But Mars creates surgery, accidents, gives you all kind of problems in your life, fights, quarrels, separation, divorce, everything comes with Mars, right? Usually in your horoscope or in your chart, when Mars and Venus is together, what happens? The god of war is with the god of love. There's constant battle between two people fighting. They're fighting like crazy. You ever see people fight, beat up each other and still come together? It's because of the Venus and Mars combination. They can separate, but they can't be calm. They have to be like at war all the time. It's the ego. So that's the god of war with the god of love. When that is happening in the horoscope, that means that you will constantly leave partners or separate with partners when Venus and Mars is together. So you have to fight that, because that can create a problem in your love life and so on. So you have to figure out what to do with that. Usually we find something that will neutralize that, right? And then we have Jupiter. Now we have gone through the Mars cycle with Bush and Obama, who is now going to probably get elected again, but now he's going to show a different way, because now Jupiter is going to come into the cycle. And Jupiter is right after 2012. So what happens now is that the whole of 2012 we're going to see a lot more deaths. Why deaths? Why more deaths? Because it's going to be the end of the world, isn't it? Right? And what's going to be the end of the world? Your world. Your world. Not the earth. Not the end of the earth. Not the end of the United States. Not the end of the country. Which world are you talking about? The end of your world. In other words, more people die because of what's happened. But when you say the world is going to end, there's no such thing. The world never ends. There's no such thing as the solar system is going to go out of whack, or the moon is going to fall down, or the earth is going to stop. No. It's your world that ends. In other words, to put it plainly, if you die tomorrow, does it matter? Does 2012 matter? If somebody says the world is going to end and you die tomorrow, how would it matter? So really the world, what they're talking about, it's going to end, is not the world itself. It's your mind, your world. What's going to happen? People who are not going to follow the normal way of life, which is people are going to there's going to be greed and robbery, and I want to end their world. And people who are seeking knowledge and going into consciousness and going into the spiritual life and connecting with nature, their world will change too, because they will give up the old world and come to a new world, like we saw in Avatar, new world. So now, the whole idea is that that's exactly what's going to happen in the year to come. Is that the consciousness of people will change. That's the end of the world. The end of what world? The evil world, the bad world, the world where people are going to give up the greed, which is what's happening in Wall Street, and give up the dishonesty, which is what's happening in the political circles and so on in the country, Europe, and with all their debts and so on, and all their problems. They are going to give up all of that. They're going to end all of that. That's the end of that world. And so the world is going to change, because people are realizing now that they've been robbed out of a lot of things. And now the whole world is going to change. So by 2012, we have a new world. A new world. So if you can connect with that, that's Jupiter. Because what does Jupiter do? Jupiter represents the teacher. He represents knowledge. He represents the teacher and the teacher of knowledge. And what's happening now? People are learning. All you have to do is go to the internet. Get what you want. It's the cycle of Jupiter coming up now. You know, more iPods, more telephone with smartphones and so on. So all of this now is going to bring knowledge, which is what Jupiter is. And Jupiter is going to give you that cycle now in the next 15, 16 years. So as soon as Mars go out, all the wars stop. As soon as Jupiter comes, all the knowledge comes. And so people are much more knowledgeable now, and they're not as ignorant before. They're more connected with knowledge and so on, and they can get knowledge anytime on the internet if they want. And so all of that is going to come about at the end of 2012. And that's where you will enjoy the world, because everybody will be knowledgeable. You know, there's a camera in every street, nobody can steal. As soon as you steal it from a bank now, they got your picture. You know, it's amazing. So the whole world is changing, that nobody can really become dishonest after this. So that's the new world. So then Jupiter is what blesses you with jewelry, blesses you with a big house, a BMW, Mercedes-Benz. When Jupiter is in your favor, it gives you all of these things. And so that planet is very important. That represents the teacher and the Swami and the Guru and everything. So that usually cures a lot of the problems and so on. And then we have Saturn. Saturn is one that watches you very carefully. Now we are going through what you call a Saturn cycle in the United States. You know that? Because what Saturn does what Job did. What happened to Job? Remember Job in the Bible? He lost everything, and then after 7 years he got it back. But that's exactly the cycle the United States is going through right now, which is for 7 years people are going to realize, which already we're in the end of the 7 years in this year, people are going to realize that Wall Street is not honest, the bank is not honest, the mortgage company is not honest, the real estate people are not honest, right? He's going to correct everybody. Because why? When Job was tested, he had everything. Remember a few years ago, everybody owned a house and it was very high priced. Everybody had a big business. Everybody was making money in points and things like that. So everybody was happy with the money, and then boom, everything fell. Same thing happened to Job in the United States. Everything fell. And so for 7 years, Job had to learn that he don't own anything. You don't really own anything. What do you own? What can you carry with you? Right? You don't own the house, you don't own the car, you don't own the thing. It's owned by the universe. And so you have to appreciate what you have. And that's what Saturn does. Saturn makes you appreciate what you have. And if you don't appreciate it, you lose it. Thank God for the husband. Thank God for the wife. Thank God for the kids. Right? Thank God that you have love in your life. Thank God that you even have somebody in your life to worry about. You know? Thank God for everything that you have. That you have clothes. Some people don't have clothes. So Saturn brings you to realize that. That's what he did to Job in the Bible. Because Job's wife was telling him, your God is not a good God. You should leave your God. And so God said, well, Job, if I had wanted you to leave me, you wouldn't see anything, you would die. Right? So you wouldn't exist, you will cease to exist. But because you still have faith in me, I will give you back everything. So what happens? After the 7 years are finished, the housing comes back. The banks come back. The Wall Street come back. And they come back bigger than before. So the house is going to be more expensive than before. Time for time to buy a house. So now, all of this happens in what you call cycles. So that's called the Saturn cycle. And so each one of us have Saturn cycle in our life. We have to make sure that we appreciate what we have, or else we go to what you call a tough Saturn cycle. And then you have the other planets, which is Uranus and Neptune and Pluto and so on. Uranus makes you a millionaire if it's in your favor and so on. But Uranus is very powerful in terms of creating sudden downfalls and sudden riches and so on. Now these planets are very important, and there's a way to control these planets, right? By mantra also, and also by using certain things, which we'll discuss in a minute. But the mantra that's very powerful, especially if you are pregnant and you want that baby to have all the blessings of all the planets and to have an excellent birth and so on. If my mother, well, she probably did do something good maybe, but I could have been a Swami. But if the mother does this prayer at a time when the baby is in the womb, that baby is never going to suffer. Don't you wish that your mom had done this for you in your womb? Then you would never have suffered. That's all I wish that every mother could do for their child. Before. Why wait until the child gets to 15, then try to change it? Train the baby from now. This is where you have to train the baby. Right? We have 2 pregnant people here now. Right? Okay, so now the whole idea is that train the baby from now. Mold the baby to become successful. And you will be surprised. You'll be surprised if you tell that baby, listen, I want you to become the next president of the United States. Watch what happens when that baby grows up. If you keep telling the baby that, of course. You know? It's amazing that the birth is so important. So what I'm going to do, and there's a mantra that we're going to put up there. It's a new mantra for the new year, and I want everybody to learn it. It's asking for the 3 worlds, the heaven, the earth, the sky, the netherworld, the underworld, everything, to come. The word is Triambakam. Triambakam means all the 3 worlds, right? Yajamahe Sugandhim. All the 3 worlds come together and give me the power I need to dispel all my karmas, dispel all my darkness, right? Sugandhim, Om Triambakam Yajamaha Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Purvarukamima Bandhana Mrityur Mukshya Mamrita. Okay, if you can learn this one, this is a very powerful word that controls the whole universe in terms of the power of the planets and everything. And so if a person says that during their pregnancy, I will guarantee you that baby is going to be very powerful.